What's up? I want to talk to you about Cho'gath. He's one of the holy grails of jungling. In my opinion, he doesn't get enough respect, and nobody plays him for some reason. I didn't even think to play him. I just picked him a few games ago just for shits and giggles, and I'm like, wow, this guy's OP, so here we go. So in Ferocity, you're going to run 12, 18, and Cunning. You're going to take the ability power and sustain and Ferocity, and then taking Oppressor. And Cunning, you're going to run the movement speed, Runic Affinity, Merciless, Dangerous Game, Precision, and most importantly, Thunderlord's Decree. It'll give you so much damage whenever you're ganking. It'll give you everything you need to secure the kill, and late game it's also quite nice as well. You're going to want to run this 50% of the time, so half 100%. And the other 50% of the time, I suggest running this. It's more of a tank, so if you don't have any tanks on your team, you're the only tank, I suggest running this. It's 12 in Cunning, it's the same stuff, but in Resolve you're going to run 18, taking the 6% bonus armor magic resist, the 12 movement speed through brush and river. It'll give you more movement speed, so this is overall a faster page. You also get 8% stronger heals, regeneration. It's very nice with your passive and your ult whenever you're eating shit. And Insight, it'll give you better flash, and Smite, it's very, very nice. Swiftness, since you're gonna be running Moby boots, this will be very useful. And then most importantly, Bond of Stone. It'll make you take a lot less damage just when an ally is nearby, or if you're by yourself, you already take 2%. But when you're with an ally, it's 8%, which is absolutely ridiculous. And if they start attacking your ally, you take the damage instead of your ally. So it's really nice when you're kiting for an 80k or something. It's gonna seem kind of dumb, but trust me, it's wicked OP. All right, so flat attack speed Quint, flat attack speed Reds, scaling armor seals, and scaling magic resist glyphs. Very OP. It's going to give you everything you need. I'll explain. So for item sets, you're going to want to use this most of the time. You're going to want to start Hunter's Talisman. It'll give you mana, some other stuff that you're going to need. Refillable potion, it's very helpful. On your first back, you're going to upgrade your refillable potion to a Hunter's Potion, and then try to pick up your Stalker's Blade and Boots as fast as you can. It's everything you need. Especially once you get the Stalker's Blade, your gank potential increases exponentially. Mid-game, you're going to want to pick up your Cinderhole, give you that tankiness, give you some damage, give you bonus health, which works very nice, especially since your ult already gives you a lot of health when you get the stacks. The Moby Boots will help you out a lot with landing your Q and getting up close enough to smite and then Q. And Dead Man's Plate helps a lot too because it makes you faster. You can chase people down, run away, gives you more damage, health, and a bunch of armor. It's extremely OP. It helps you land your Q and smite as well. In the late game, I suggest getting Riley's Crystal Scepter. It's very OP with all of your spells. It slows, especially on your auto attacks with your E. And Frozen Heart, I suggest getting it because it gives you so much cooldown reduction, a ton of armor, and a ton of mana. Plus, it reduces nearby enemies' attack speed by 15%. Don't get it if they don't have any attack speed based champions, but odds are they'll have one like Tryndamere or Jax or something. And then picking up a Spirit Visage for magic resist if they have an AP caster. If they don't have any AP on their team, use one of these situational items that I listed and get a Randuin's Omen. If they have mostly AP, don't get the Frozen Heart and get a Banshee's Veil instead. And if they only have AD, like I said, you can consider getting a Warmog's Armor and a Thornmail as well. It just depends on what you feel like would be best for the situation. That's it for items. Let's get into some gameplay. So whenever you're starting off, you're always going to want to start your E, especially since you have so much attack speed. It's going to be very OP in your early clears. Even if you don't get a leash, like you see here, I got a very crappy leash. You have so much sustain from your passive, and your E is doing so much damage that you'll be fine. You're going to have, the cool thing is you're going to have like full mana as well, since your E doesn't cost any mana. So level 2, go ahead and pick up your Q. It'll help you on your clears. It'll knock the monsters out. They won't be able to do as much damage. Level 3, go ahead and get your Scream. And then from there on, I suggest maxing your E for the damage plus its clears. And then your W, which is your silence. When you go in for a gank, try to go up behind the laner. In this case, I get up behind him. Once you're up close, you're going to want to use your Q. Even if they flash it, just flash with them, auto attack him, and then... but only do it if you have enough damage to do it, obviously. And once again, try to come up behind them. If you can, get up close enough, go ahead and smite them, auto attack, and then once they flash or start to run away, then land your Q. It makes it much easier. Smite, auto attack, and then once they start to run away, then land your Q. If they run away automatically like this, what you see here, you're going to just have to land your Q. And if you do land your Q, it's pretty much going to be a pickup kill, land your Q, Then use your W to silence them. And then to secure the kill, go ahead and ult. It's going to be pretty easy, especially since you have Thunderlord's Decree. Once again, try to land your Q. Even if you miss your Q, make sure you land your silence. It'll do quite a bit of damage. Like you saw there, the red buff secured the kill. It's just that easy. As you can see, I'm maxing my E. A really cool thing about Cho'gath is your ult stacks up to 6 times, giving you a lot of bonus HP. So whenever you're just jungling or you've gotten blue buff, you're about to go home, go ahead and eat a jungle monster with it. Make sure it kills it with your ult. It does 1,000 true damage, because if it doesn't, then you won't get the stack. As you can see here, I'm just straight up auto attacking Master Yi. I didn't use any spells on him, and I did that much damage to him just with auto attacks. That's how OP maxing your E is, and having Thunderlord's Decree. He's greedy bitch. I eat him. I can just simply walk away. Cho'gath's really good at running away, because if you land your Q like that, then it's just so much. It's a knockup plus a massive slow for like 3 seconds, so it's super, super strong. And you're so tanky that they can't quite kill you. Plus you do tons of damage like you saw there against Master Yi. And another cool thing, if your ult and flash is up, if you land your Q, you can do some pretty fancy things. Just Q them, flash in and eat them. It's pretty fun. And it's pretty safe too, since you're so tanky. Whenever you're diving turrets, if you can land your Q like you see there, it can make it really easy. It knocks them up and it slows them a lot. Consider picking Cho'gath whenever you have like a Yasuo mid laner, because when you land your Q, it's going to be absolutely devastating. And this is a clip of just showing you how big the slow is on my auto attacks Q and W. As you can see, she's like completely permaslowed. And this is also a good example. Just because you're tanky and you have amazing damage, don't get carried away and try to like 1v5, because it's still, no one can really do that unless you're Gosu. Like you can see here, insane damage. Me and Alistar take down Braum basically instantly, even though we're both super tanks. And another cool thing about your CC is it stops channels like Anavia's ult and Fiddlestick's ult. And as you can see there, we did tons of damage. Just land your Q, silence, auto attack, and it's freelo, baby. When it comes into the mid and late game, you're going to be so tanky and so fast with your Moby boots and your Dead Man's Plate that you can pretty much chase anybody down and knock them up and just absolutely destroy them. And another really cool thing about Cho'gath's ult is it does true damage. So even if somebody's really tanky, as long as they're low on health, your ult will just kill them, because their armor and magic resist is irrelevant because your ult does true damage. So that's one of my favorite things about Cho'gath, is like if there's an Alistar with like 300 health and he's on his ult, you can just ult him and eat him. It's not always the best idea, because you usually want to save your ult to kill carries, but if you're securing a kill, it can be easily worth it. Make sure whenever you're using your Q, don't panic and just throw it out. Try to watch where they're moving and anticipate it. It's easier if they're slow, so like I said, walking up to them, smiting them, and auto-attacking them, and then landing your Q is much easier. Like you see here, I land my smite, and then I try to go for my Q, but Lucian does his heal and stuff, so it makes it really hard. It doesn't matter, though, because I zoned Lucian completely out of the fight, and now it's just you against the enemies, and it's just Susan all by himself. Just knock him up, eat him, and he's done. And you're freaking huge. So much health, so much armor. Like you see here, me and Rengar have the same ratio of health. I just walk him down, eat him, and it's game over. And since I ate him and have full stacks, it gave me a pretty big heal like you saw there. That's a really cool thing about Cho'gath, is if you eat somebody when you have like full stacks, it gives you so much health back. It's amazing. And what you're about to see here is basically like a really prolonged team fight. I was hesitant to put this in here, but I want you to kind of show you the dynamic that Cho'gath can have in a team fight. So you basically see my item: Dead Man's Plate, Cinderholt, Frozen Heart, Spirit Vestige, Moby Boots, and I still have my potion thing because I don't have enough money to buy a new item. Just basically walk in, knock Anavi up, Silencer, Auto Attacker does crazy damage, especially since you have Thunderlord's Decree. We're going to go ahead and have to back up because they're coming on to us. But I'm going to peel for my Kennen. I'm super tanky, so it doesn't really matter that much. I walked back because I saw Rengar was ulting, just auto-attacking him, and as you're seeing, his health bar is dropping drastically. Once your AD carry or high damage gets in here, like you're seeing, I'm zoning Susan from the fight, and I'm trying to keep him from going anywhere or running away or anything of that nature, because I know I'm tanky enough to be able to take like 20 Qs right now. I have so much armor and so much health. So my team just finished mopping them up because we had killed Anavi initially and I was tanking. And my team's taking their sweet old time coming over to help me. So just remember, don't panic. land your smite to slow him down. Once you've done that, then it's best to use your Q because it's pretty much a gimme on the knockup. And it'll knock him up. It's a pretty big slow. Then go ahead and keep landing it when you're chasing people down. And it's going to be a pretty free kill like you see here. We just pick up the kill on Nasus. And whenever you kill Nasus, it's a pretty big deal because every minute he's not in the game, he's not stacking his Q. And that's just taking him out of the game. And I really hate Nasus. Once again, when you're diving turrets, just do your best to land your Q. Especially in that situation where I saw Lucian had already used his dash. I just threw it out there since my teammates were closing in on him. That's a good thing to look for. I hope this guide has helped you guys out. You know, items to build masteries and runes. Go out there and play Cho'gath. I honestly want to see more of him. I think he's really OP. Like, look at this. I did the most damage on my team against enemy champions, and I took the most damage by far. So it's really OP. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope you have a great day.
Yeah.